As I said earlier, last week I was in Guinea-Conakry. They have a big problem with their voter register. They want to do an audit. What is the total number of registered persons? 6 million. Less than the number we have registered under the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise in Nigeria. And we have been processing and will make sure that citizens collect their PVCs before the 2019 general elections. When we went to Niger Republic and later Sierra Leone, the problem was how to get the voter cards to citizens. In fact, in Niger, there were over 2 million registered voters who had no voter cards before the election. So they devised an ingenious means of allowing those who are on the register without any means of identification the opportunity to vote. They call it witness voting. That if two persons whose names are on the register could identify someone whose name is on the register, the person should be allowed to vote. But that is in Niger Republic. You can't try it here. Every citizen must have the PVC, and we are guaranteeing that every citizen registered will have the PVC before the 2019 elections. Now, registration of citizens is one thing. What about the availability of the PVCs? And what about the nagging issue of uncollected PVCs from previous elections, of which we have told this nation that we have 1.4 million uncollected. But I give you the statistics. So far, what has been collected as of the 25th of May 2018, in terms of uncollected PVCs, is 471,815. Remember, we said we had, after the 2015 general elections, 1.4 million cards uncollected. And then we have registered so far additional 9 million citizens. But we have separated the uncollected cards for 2015 plus the cards that we are now making available for collection for the 2019 general elections, so that we have separate records. And the rate of collection for the more recent registration is obviously higher than the rate of collection for the uncollected cards from the 2015 general elections. Now, how can civil society help? I will welcome suggestions. But I have received the following suggestions from civil society, and we have tried them. Make the cards available at the point of registration of new voters. See, people who come to register should first be asked if they are registered before, and let them check and collect their cards. We have been doing that. Secondly, the information we collected, in some cases, not all cases, also come with telephone numbers, so that we can harvest the numbers from the registration processes and send SMSs. We have virtually just completed that exercise for the 1.4 million. We will send bulk text messages for those who registered and provided telephone numbers, hoping also that since 2015, they have not abandoned those numbers for new lines. But we are going to do so to ensure that citizens collect. But we also collaborated, at least in Lagos, which has it's not 1.4 million uncollected cards. It's actually 7 million. The 1.4 million is for Lagos. So in Lagos, where we have 1.4 million uncollected, we cooperated with the State Electoral Commission before the last local government elections, where the staff of the commission hung on to the cards. We never gave it to anybody to deliver the cards by proxy. And we went around communities and places, but again, the rate of collection is still very, very low, even in a cosmopolitan place like Lagos, where there are not considerable distances to be covered. And the infrastructure is better than the infrastructure in many parts of the country, where you have not only challenge of terrain, but also challenge of basic facilities. We are insisting that we are not distributing the cards. We are making the cards available for collection. And there is a difference between distribution and collection. Distribution means that you are distributing, people can come and collect for others. But collection, we put the onus on the registered person to come and vote for obvious reasons, so that these cards will not be in the wrong hands. If there are suggestions on how we can improve on the process of collection, the Commission will very gladly welcome the suggestions. Let me also further correct myself. I kept talking about 1.4 million uncollected. 1.4 million is actually for Lagos. We have a little over 7 million uncollected from the 2015 general elections. Because we had, out of 69 million before the elections, 62 or so million collected. We had a little over 7 million uncollected. So Lagos alone has 1.4 million uncollected. And these statistics came from the Commission. As part of openness and transparency, INEC made available these statistics to citizens. So if there are suggestions, as I said, on how we can improve the processes of collection, that will be fantastic. Part of what I enjoy engaging with civil society is that they don't not just criticize the Commission, but they also provide or offer suggestions. So I look forward to the suggestions that we may wish to make in this regard. We don't do that alone. The formulation and validation of the strategic plan and the program of action involve the participation of civil society organizations, including the Transition Monitoring Group. So we can now talk confidently about when elections will hold in Nigeria. As a result of the strategic plan, we then came up by defining with a definition of principle governing the conduct of elections in this country. When last was election planned or date of election made known to citizens? Over a year before the election was conducted. On January 9th this year, we released the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2019 general elections. The elections will hold on Saturday, the 16th of February for Presidential and National Assembly. And then 2 weeks later, on the 2nd of March 2019, we'll have the governorship, state assembly, and the FCT area council elections. The FCT is the only part of the country where INEC conducts local government elections. This allows for political parties, civil society organizations, the Electoral Commission, media, everyone to plan. Why should the date of election be secret? It is no longer so. But in addition, we are always reminding ourselves, when is the next election coming? And I'm sure many of you are aware, because it's on our website, when the next election will hold. In case some of you are not aware, the 2019 general election from today is 240 days, 20 hours, 59 seconds, 59 minutes, and 35 seconds, and is sticking to the opening of polling units on February 16th, 2019. 240 days, 20 hours, 59 minutes, is now 16:14 is ticking the seconds to the opening of polling units at 8 a.m. on February 16th, 2019. So we now know when elections will hold, and so we can plan towards the conduct of that election. In many countries I have visited, the dates of election are not determined by the Electoral Commission. It's determined by other sources of authority. But in our own case, it is constitutional. It's the sole responsibility of the Commission, and we have thrown it open. It's no longer a matter of guesswork when elections will hold. So it allows everyone involved in the processes to plan. But if we have a strategic plan, and we have a strategic program of action, we have an election project plan, we have the tools to